Good morning, beloveds. I finally washed my hair yesterday, so I got my curls back. Okay. It is September 25th. Our title is Creative Silence. I'm trying to get the book into the light. The first quote is, "Be still and know that I am God," and that is Psalm 46:10. The second quote is, "Through spiritual discernment, we see that we have within us a power which is greater than anything we shall ever contact, a power that can overcome every obstacle in our experience and set us safe, satisfied and at peace, healed and prosperous in a new light and a new life." And that is The Science of Mind, page 146. There is great strength and power in silence. For this reason, it is important that we meditate each day. We need to practice silence, even when others around us are not, for ideas which come to us in silence often are from God. In the silence, we are shown ways to remove seemingly impossible barriers. We do not withdraw from the world, rather we remain in it more fully than ever. We rest in the quiet center within ourselves. We feel strong, capable, relaxed, and able to accomplish far more in less time than we ever dreamed possible. Let us resolve to practice the silence in our daily lives. Soon we will begin to notice what a dramatic difference it makes in everything we do and with everyone we touch. "I have discovered a secret place within," Ernest Holmes said, "where the thought goes into the mountain high above the din of the world. I have found in this mountain a place of peace and rest, a place of joy and comfort to the heart. I have found that the secret place of God is within my own soul. I am still with the union of spirit. I am poised both within and without. I do not waste strength or energy, but carefully use the power which Spirit has given to me. As I go about my tasks, I turn within, renewing my strength in the quietness of Spirit's constant presence. I express this calmness in my daily life." That is SB, Shirley Briggs. And immediately what I'm reminded of is there's a meme that goes around about Buddha. And somebody asked Buddha, "What do you get from meditation?" And he says, "Absolutely nothing. But let me tell you what I let go of." And he lists all of the things, a lot of what we would consider negative emotions, anger and fear and what have you. So it's like, so I get where she's coming from. And I've said this more than once, that the point of meditation is to listen. When we treat, when we pray, what an affirmation is it's when we talk to God. It's when we tell God what we want and signal our acceptance, our receptiveness to what, this is what we desire. This is what we want our life to look like. Meditation is about listening. It's about listening to God. It's about listening to nature. It's about listening to the beat of your own heart. It's about being in the moment. We've talked about mindfulness, and we've talked about silence more than once recently. But we're headed into the fall season. We are headed through the harvest season, where we look at, okay, this is what we've grown. Now, what do we want to keep? What do we want to store? What do we want to go ahead and curate for the next planting? What are we going to start planning for the next? The final harvest, because we've been so busy up to this point, because that's harvest season is busy time. It's very busy. And so we are headed into the silence of the year, the rest period of the year, when the earth rests, when we rest, when there's not as much to do. But plan. And so it's a good time to take the time to listen. And there's all kinds of different ways to meditate. That's the beautiful thing about meditation. You can absolutely meditate in silence, but if that drives you bonkers, then meditate with music. staring at a candle, watching water. One of my favorite ways to meditate actually is to watch water fall. I love the sound of it. It gives my brain something to do so that then I can, listen, and move through. So there's all of that about meditation, walking meditations, being out in nature, listening to the birds sing. It's all, you think you associate bird singing with spring, but they're pretty noisy in the fall too. So, there were a lot of them in the park yesterday. You couldn't see any of them, but they were singing their little hearts out. So it was something else. Which is why she says to make time. And if you don't know what to treat for, if you don't know what to pray for, then meditate before you do that. Or if you feel like you've gotten a good treatment in, you can, tack a little meditation on the end just to marinate in that feeling. Because when you're doing treatments, it should invoke a feeling. And there's no reason not to sit in meditation with that feeling, and really dig into that feeling. So there's all kinds of, little places where you can sneak in little meditations, to benefit you, and to listen to God. And sometimes that's what it sounds like, listening to the birds sing. Or one of the sounds that I love more than anything, is listening to a purring cat. So it's when you take that rest time and really, and they're content and they rest with you and purr, which Duck is not doing right now. Foster is not. He's very active. And I'm going to end up with, picked up a scratch. So creative silence. So she is just giving you the reasons, including in Ernest Holmes' own words, about what meditation does for you. Let's see. I found a place of comfort and joy in the heart, the secret place within my own soul. And Ernest talks about that secret place, the secret place of the Most High. Well, where else are you going to find it but in your own soul? And you find it by listening and being guided to. You drew blood, you little. It's time for some claw clippings to happen, apparently. Okay, so clearly the mission today is about meditation. Well, let me look. I in the bright light I can read, but let's see. Okay. It's that last line. As I go about my tasks, I turn within, renewing my strength in the quietness of Spirit's constant presence. So the mission today, should we choose to accept it, I think is that. It's like, as we go about our regular tasks, then we make time to feel that constant presence. And that can happen very nicely in meditation. So the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to build into our regular daily lives, into those tasks, to absolutely make contact with that inner presence, that inner light, that inner love, whatever it is that you need to strengthen you for those tasks that you are working on. And that looks like meditation. And there are a wide number of varieties. If you haven't found one that works, contact us. We'll give you some suggestions as to some other meditations that you can try that may work a little bit better if you haven't found one that really fits with you. All right. So you got the mission today. The other mission is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. That can look like meditation, because meditation is about getting calm and quiet and listening. And so when I say take that deep breath, that is almost a meditation. And it can be, because a lot of meditations focus on breathing. You take 3 deep breaths, that's a meditation. It's a short one. And then you could also do what Reverend Marcia always liked to suggest, which was a napitation, where you do a meditation, and if you fall asleep, that's good too. Because doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate looks like two things. One, it looks like self-care. It absolutely looks like self-care. You cannot pour from an empty cup, so you will need to take care of yourself. But it also looks like making sure that you're making time out to enjoy your life. Okay? Whatever that looks like. If you have a really, like yesterday, I tried a new tomato basil soup. It was phenomenal. So I took the time to really enjoy that soup. It lasted 5 minutes, but still, practice on yourself. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. But you also are creating a habit so that no matter what happens, your first response will be loving, kind, and compassionate. It is how we go about creating a world that works for everybody, by absolutely creating that place within ourselves that we can go to no matter what. And creating that bank of love, of kindness, of compassion. So when we meet people that need a little extra, we've got enough to share. All right. As always, I encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body. I encourage you to drink plenty of water. We got a front coming in tomorrow that's going to drop the temperature maybe about 10 degrees. Yeah. So maybe fall will actually get here, as opposed to, fall came in on the 22nd and we're still in the heat. So, but still, make sure you drink plenty of water. Drink plenty of water and get that early in your day bright light. It'll go a long way to resetting your hormones. It'll improve your sleep at night, your energy during the day. And, it's science, we are called Science of Mind because we lean on science where we can. So that's just my suggestion there. And open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around you all the time because it's a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. When we meditate, when we take that time to connect with the source of our own being, to connect with that constant presence of spirit, then it lifts our mood and it helps us to create an environment which is heaven for us. And everybody's heaven looks a little different, just because what I consider heaven may not be your cup of tea. That's okay. Maybe you like coffee. And it's a superpower. So when we take time to meditate, we go to the source of our own being. We go to that secret place of the Most High within our own soul. We fill up with that energy, that goodness, that creativity, that love, that kindness, that compassion. We bring it back into our world, and we create heaven for ourselves. And then other people go, well, what do you know that I don't know? And I like being around you because you're kind of a sunshine person. So, we don't have to, they don't have to join our faith tradition. They can just see us at peace and know that it's possible. So, and as always, take Emma's advice. Look for the good and praise it. That's a good way to create heaven on earth. And open the windows of your soul. All right, beloved. So we will have a service for you at 11. Then coming up here, we are on all of the social medias. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan. And if you want to know what's going on at the center, email info@creativelife.org. That'll get you on the constant contact, and those hot links are hot. When you click them, they take you to to all the information you want to know. And I think that's what I need you to know. So, yeah. So then, and I just lost my train of thought completely. So I'm going to tell you to have a great day, an amazing day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, an enchanting day, a magical day, a fall day, a harvest day, a prepping for the winter day, whatever that looks like here in, South Texas. a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are not just as you are. You are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased and well represented. All right. That is a state of grace. And when we remember that, it's easier to find that heaven. It's easier to meditate. If we meditate on the idea that we are a beloved child of God, amazing things can happen. So I commend that to you. All right. Because take care of yourself. You are loved. Absolutely. All right. So Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. Like I said, we're going to have an amazing service for you right here on Facebook Live at 11. Or if you're in the area, feel free to join us in person. There is a Mabon ceremony right after. The service. It'll be short. And then David will be on at 5. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. Y'all take care of yourselves and enjoy the fall weather when it comes in tomorrow. Or at least less hot summer. I know where I live. All right, beloveds, know that you're loved, and I will see you next time.